Dear viewers, have you ever woken up in the middle of the night and felt the air in your closed room suddenly become very heavy? Yet in that heaviness there is no fear, only the mysterious fragrance of flowers. Have you ever felt that someone is standing in the corner of your empty room, looking at you and smiling gently? Perhaps you didn't think about it, or perhaps you didn't understand, but believe me, it was not an illusion. When a person's tears soak the prayer mat, when a house trembles with the remembrance of Allah, then the stars descend from the sky. Yes, those stars are the angels of mercy. Today I will tell you a story of a night where 7 signs were seen in a broken hut, signs that prove Almighty Allah is pleased with you. Listen carefully. Who knows, perhaps tonight these guests might visit your home as well. The story is from a small village on the outskirts of the grand city of Baghdad, a place called Qaryat el-Salam. At the far end of that village, where the ancient palm groves cast deep shadows, lived Abdullah al-Rashid. He was a very pious man, but by the standards of this world, he was very poor. His family consisted only of himself, his sick wife Zainab, and their 7-year-old orphan granddaughter Fatima. Since the death of their son, this granddaughter was their only reason to keep living.
Abdullah raised his hands. Tears rolled down into his white beard. He whispered, "O Master, I ask for nothing for myself. I can go without food. But my innocent orphan granddaughter, she has committed no sin. Won't you show some mercy? Didn't you say that the tears of an orphan shake your throne? When a servant cries so helplessly, the angels in heaven become restless. They say to Allah, 'O Sustainer, we can no longer bear the cries of your servant.'" Abdullah's weeping did not stop that night. He fell into prostration, and right then, something began to happen in that dilapidated house. Something that science cannot explain. Something that can only be felt. Suddenly, the sound of the storm outside seemed to fade away. The violent clatter of rain turned into a sweet, rhythmic hum. Abdullah did not lift his head from prostration, but he felt the heavy burden of anxiety, how his granddaughter would eat, where the medicine would come from, vanish in an instant. A strange tranquility, which in Arabic is called Sakina, engulfed the entire room. It felt as though this house was no longer a part of this world, but a piece of paradise. Zainab, who had been moaning in fever, suddenly became calm. She felt as though an invisible, compassionate hand was stroking her head. Abdullah rose from prostration. His eyes were wet, but an otherworldly smile played on his lips. He looked at Zainab, who whispered, "Do you feel it? This feeling? I feel like there is someone else in this room besides the 3 of us. Someone very close, someone very holy." Abdullah said nothing. He only signaled her to remain silent. He knew the angels are very shy. They might leave if spoken to loudly. A fragrance began to spread to every corner of the room, inside the rice drum, in the water pitcher, even in the tattered blanket covering little Fatima. Fatima, who had been moaning in pain, suddenly fell into a peaceful sleep. A strange glow appeared on her face, as if someone had touched her forehead with the dew of Jannah. When the angels of mercy enter a home, every creature and every atom in that house becomes still. Ferocity vanishes and devotion takes its place. Abdullah noticed that the small oil lamp was burning with an unusual brightness. The oil was nearly finished and should have gone out long ago, but the flame remained steady, as if being supplied by an invisible source. Not only that, the dark corners of the room were no longer dark.
A soft, bluish light floated inside. It wasn't the light of a bulb or the moon, for it was still cloudy outside. This light came from the void. Abdullah felt his body become light. The pangs of hunger and the weight of age vanished. Fatima suddenly smiled in her sleep. She murmured, "Grandfather, that white bird is feeding me." Abdullah ran to her and touched her cheek. The fever was gone. Her temperature was perfectly normal. She opened her eyes and said, "Grandfather, a very beautiful person fed me milk from a white cup. My stomach is full." Abdullah and Zainab looked at each other with tears of joy. They realized that the messenger of the angel of sustenance, Mikael, had visited them. For when Allah wishes to feed someone, He needs no worldly means. The night was ending. The time of Tahajjud was passing into the time of Sahri. Abdullah stood by the window. His heart told him that tonight was not an ordinary night. Just then, there was a soft knock at the door. Knock, knock. It was very gentle, as if someone was asking permission to enter. Abdullah opened the door. Standing right there was a wealthy merchant from Baghdad, Mansour al-Baghdadi, with his servant behind him carrying 2 large bags. Mansour, who usually never looked at the poor, had swollen eyes today. It seemed he had been crying all night. Before Abdullah could say a word, the wealthy man fell at the feet of this poor believer. Mansour said with a trembling voice, "Ya Sheikh, please forgive me. I didn't know there was no food in your house. I didn't know your granddaughter was sick." Abdullah was astonished. "But how did you know? I didn't tell anyone." Mansour wiped his eyes and said, "In the last part of the night, I saw a dream. A man made of light told me, 'O unfortunate one, you are sleeping on silk beds while the friend of Allah is starving. If you do not go now, all your wealth will be turned to ashes.' I woke up terrified, feeling like someone pushed me out of bed. Sheikh, here is a month's worth of supplies, and in this envelope is everything for your granddaughter's treatment. Tomorrow, I will bring the best doctor from Baghdad." This is the 7th and final sign of the arrival of the angels of mercy, Ghaibi, or hidden help. When the guests of heaven leave a house, they take responsibility for that home. They put the fear of Allah into the hearts of people and compel the world to serve the believer. Abdullah realized that the weeping, the remembrance, and the fragrance of the previous night were all true. Allah had fulfilled His promise. Every corner of the house, every particle of dust bore witness that the guests of Allah had been here. Oh, my brothers and sisters, you might think this is just a story. No, it is faith. Have you ever wondered why there is no peace in our homes today? Why we have money but no happiness? It is because we have driven the angels out of our homes. Our homes are filled with music and conflict. Our prayer mats gather dust. Angels only come to the homes where tears are shed for Allah. Tonight, just for once, will you try? When everyone falls asleep, turn off the lights, stand on your prayer mat, and just once call out to Allah. Say, "Master, I am very alone. I am a great sinner." Believe me, if you call from your heart, the guests of heaven will descend into your broken home too. You too will find that fragrance and that peace. Allah is waiting for just one call from you. He tells the angels, "Go, wipe the tears from the eyes of my servant." How much longer will you stay away? How much longer will you remain blinded by the illusions of this world? Return to Him. Before death comes, at least once experience the hospitality of the angels of mercy. Who knows, perhaps tonight is the last night of your life.